Hi, people. How are you? Here we are, Wednesday already, 21st of May. May as well stop saying that already. The passage of time is the passage of time. Cheers. Well, I didn't pull any more stacks. I have more. Well, everything blends together, really, in my mind. The different genres, but the way that the music hits me and the way that it fits in my life, it's part of a continuum. So I thought about continuing, and it's like it. Uh, Not today. We'll just kind of just play it by ear this morning. It's a beautiful morning. Yesterday was real gloomy and cloudy. This morning the sun is shining. It's early. It's 7:19 in the morning. I got up early. Really didn't get up early. I'm up like this all the time. So I'll show a little bit of music, but it's Dear Diary time, okay? I just feel like talking a little bit. So I went down to City Hall yesterday to pay the sidewalk bill. That $1,450, knife in my side, you know, um, living on Social Security, that hurt. But I want to make the observation that while I was trying to get it done down there, just how bad the infrastructure of this country and the mood of this country is in bad shape. So um, when I finally find the city cashier in City Hall to pay, first off, the building was like a ghost town. It's like the staff, there's hardly anybody around. I used to go down there all the time because of my work in mental health. And I dare say that I'm seeing the cuts in jobs. When I was down there, I was like, as hardly was anybody was there. The atmosphere in the building was cold, and it was cold. It was not friendly, and it was. There's been times in the past when I go down there. I've never liked dealing with officials and stuff, but there were times when I would go down there and it was friendly. I mean, I knew a lot of people. Working in the system. Yesterday was cold and almost dead, and then the cashier's office where I went to pay the bill. It's like there was only two people in the whole office. One of them had no idea how to help me. She had no idea how to process my bill. And of course, someone won't like me saying this, but this is often par for the case in history. The older black woman comes to her rescue. Okay, and even between the two of them, it was like they'd never done this before. And I just laughed. I told them this is laughable. They were having such a hard time figuring out what to do, and they called people. It's like, you're the cashier. I'm paying a bill. Don't you know how to do it? I said, I got to go to the bathroom. So I went to try to find the bathroom in the building. They'd had it figured out by the time I got back, but I laughed at them. And that's a micro. To me, that's just an example of you know what is supposedly a great time in America right now. What a joke! So sad, so sad. And then I got a call. Actually, what prompted me, again, if you came just for music, you can leave now. I'm just going to talk till I'm done. But what prompted me to go ahead and go downtown and pay the bill and get it out of my life was I got a call from my cousin Ray yesterday, freaking out. because he got his bill from the city, and Ray owns his lot and the lot next to him. So they dug up a whole lot of his, and he ended up with a bill over $2,100. Now, see, this is the other thing the other comment I want to make. And if I hear from some of you hateful people, just like I did this morning, I'll just delete you because you're on the wrong side of history. But it's pretty obvious to me after going down there, paying the bill, and dealing with the folly of the system, that what we have is more of the breakdown and of the system, and also the upside downness of the system, where rich people get to walk with the money and they're sweating poor people to keep things running. So come to find out that the deal is, on this repair on the sidewalks that we didn't ask for and no one uses. I live on a half circle. The person that uses that sidewalk is the mailman. There's no traffic on my street on the sidewalk, not regularly. But what's going on is gentrification of my formerly primarily black neighborhood. And they will not allow anyone to pay in payments. It's all or nothing. And if you don't pay it, they put a lien on your house, which you know what that means is that they put the lien on your house. That means they own your house till you pay the lien. It's just, again, more unfairness from the top down in our nation. It's horrible. So if you made it this far, how about some music for you? So I had a night listen last night. I played one of these. Turns out I have all three of them, but the Stephen Thielen fractal guitar, I had talked about this one a while back when I was sick. You remember that? Well, I played the first one last night at bedtime, fractal guitar. This is on Leonardo Moon June's label, Moon June Records. I haven't met him in person yet, but we are in contact, and he says he wants to meet me and hopes that somehow during his travels he comes close enough to Omaha that we can figure it out. This is fantastic. He has a band, Sonar is it? And I have one of their albums. This is totally in the Robert Fripp, Adrian Belew camp of guitar playing and King Crimson music, and it's really good. I love those graphics too. Stephen Thielen has his own style on guitar. When he solos, you hear where he has been influenced by both Adrian Belew and Robert Fripp, but he has his own voice, and I really enjoyed that. It's like, yeah, this cat can play. Those are good. One more on CD, because I just love this. Peter Newton with Michael Brook, Sleeps with the Fishes on 4AD. This is probably one of their top releases, in my opinion, where the aesthetic is just right. You know, it's modern, ambient, almost classical, moody, fantastic. Peter Newton was originally in Clan of Zymox. So I appreciate the comments, folks, and I'm glad that you all have enjoyed what I've been showing. I can keep going and probably will go further, because what I keep thinking is I want to show where there's this American contingent of jazz rock that I love, but it blends seamlessly to my ears into the European school. Someone in the comments yesterday mentioned the violinist Didier Lockwood. I've got Lockwood, but I've got a lot of stuff like Il Baricentro and Daedalus and even Osana, the Italian band. When And then they became Nova, which was jazz rock. I like that stuff, and it all folds together in my collection for me. When I was real young, I did break up my um, collection by genre, and then that was only in my early 20s, and then it became obvious to me that this isn't working. I don't like this. This album fits into two or three genres, so I just went alphabetical. So all throughout here, um, that music is it's all blended. Like I can go right here, and let's see, does it pop up quickly? Yes. There's Jones. Here we go. There it is. Okay. So, for example, these are easily grabbed, so I'll grab them. So, Alonso Johnson, bass player who played with Weather Report. He's played with a lot of folks, but great bass player. Um, Also teacher. I think he's still playing, but also a music professor. This is progressive rock as well as jazz rock. Seriously, Moon Shadows. This is so good. Again, he's got those great people on here, including Patrice Rushen and Ian Under. I mean, the cats. So this is another one of those. And this one, the second one, I like even better. Yesterday's Dreams. Chester Thompson is on here. Diane Reeves is on here. It's the first time I heard Diane Reeves sing is on this album. Now, Alonso Johnson he's still alive, he's a big Genesis fan. And there's a couple of tracks on here where he is doing his version of Genesis music, and it's killer. And Chester Thompson's on drums and kicking the shit out of it. So here's another one in the jazz rock vein. And then his third solo album is where he really tried to go rock, and it doesn't quite work. Now, Spellbound. I give him an A for effort, but in my opinion, the cover kind of shows where he probably had an idea and thought that like that background, which I think is terrible, his idea for this is better than the execution. Same with the album. Pat Thrall is on guitar on here, and he plays some monster solos on here. But Alonso Johnson sings on there. He's not a strong singer, and he's really trying to go for a crossover audience, which means white. It's pretty good, but it's just. But that's the game, and we're still in it. We're still in that white dominance game. It's not looking like it's going to be getting any better. So I'm just thankful. I'm thankful that I was smart enough to save to pay that bill instead of, because I talked to Ray after I got back from the courthouse, because he did some calling because he was freaking out. We don't have that money. You know, he doesn't have $2,100 laying around. And so he's calling, freaking out, because again, they'll take his house. So he'll figure something out. But this is the world that we live in. It's upside down. And there's people heartless enough to still defend the lawless current president and to denigrate decent, basic, just people like myself, just living, sharing, coming over here and with your hate. Wow, what a strange world we live in. It's sad for me to think that, because I was raised in a religious family. My grandfather was a minister. My mom was extremely religious. And so those values, that the church is supposedly based on is what I was raised on. And I took them to heart because, do unto others and kindness and love for one another makes sense to me. Come to find out that this country was never running on that agenda. It's always been a lie. It's whatever you could tell people to believe while you're raking in the cash and fucking everybody's wife and children and whoever you want, power amuck. It's real bad now. I mean, it's just so open with the Trump administration. What was that stupid shit that in that press briefing where that idiot says it's illegal to call yourself the boss if you're not the president? These people are out. This is just insane. And to think that there's people who are that, I don't know, messed up that they defend him. Something's wrong with the water. So that's what I have to say today. And, if you're disappointed in today's video, well, I've said it all along. I'm just sitting here at my house sharing with you what's on my mind. That's what it is today. Take care, people. That's all I got today.